Hey, hey, hey. This is the latest episode of the Binge Suite. We're rocking here with Nichelle
Denisha.
This is my.
and we are
This is
in
my.
here kicking it.
Mm-mm. And then she wanted a post nut, so they go to the lawyer to get a post nut. But she's mad because he's like, "I want to. Since you asked for this, I want to protect myself. I want to make
Right.
sure that you get what you came in with."
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, "Nah, I deserve half. Half
Half
of
of
what?
what?
You didn't
First
do
of all, he
nothing."
don't have no money. He hardly got any money left anyway. He didn't have hardly money left when she arrived here. I remember when she arrived and got in that sports car and she was mad, like, this is it? That's all?
Mm-hmm.
Like, my suitcase don't even fit
Mm-hmm.
in here. And he's just like, okay. And I think it was a Porsche. It was something nice, but she was just like, oh, you only have one car?
Right.
Aw. Where am I
Yeah.
supposed to put my suitcase?
He's down to being a thousandaire now.
Yeah.
Oh, I kind of not mad at her though, girl. Shoot your shot. See what you can get.
Yeah. And he knew, I mean,
Shoot
he
your
should
shot.
have known what he was getting but whatever.
Right, you getting someone from, she's coming over here for something. You
I
know.
mean, when you look at her, remember when they had dinner? Was it with his mother or his aunt?
His sisters.
Okay. And it was just her whole demeanor, like she was just looking at them like, ugh, you're beneath
Mhm.
me. And they were looking at her like, so what are you gonna do here? And she wasn't even trying to convince them like, oh, I'm gonna love him and she was like, I want a model. I want to be an
Oh.
actress.
How was her life over in Russia? What was she doing over there?
Nothing. Living with her grandma.
Living with
Oh,
her grandmother and I want to say taking American men's money.
yeah.
Mm.
Being a lady of the
And
night.
Posting
she's
pictures
had
on
plastic
Instagram.
surgery. Yeah, she's an Instagram model.
Oh,
So
yeah.
Hmm.
and she has had plastic surgery or boobs and stuff. So I'm like, yeah, she taking American men's money.
Mhm. Hey, boo. Oh,
Yeah, work it.
mad though.
Yeah, she'll mess around and have a TV show or reality series after this, so she'll get what she wanted.
Mhm. Shoot your shot, boo.
Hmm.
So
YOLO.
yes.
YOLO. All
That's what
right,
I've been
so
watching.
all right, what else you watching, Mo? Is that it? You got more?
Yep.
That's it. All right, D, what you watching?
I'm watching The Crown. It is
Mhm.
about Queen Elizabeth
Okay.
Hmm.
or about their monarchy, but it's about how she became queen. Like I never knew any of this. I mean, we know what we know about, British government, but
You
like
mean the
I
one
never
now?
yeah, the current queen.
Oh, okay.
Queen Elizabeth. So originally her uncle was supposed to be the king of England.
Mhm.
Yes,
And
he married somebody
he
and
married someone who was a divorcee, and because of
right.
that
Hmm.
he could not be the king, like because they are still church and state combined, and the church says marrying a divorcee is bad for so many reasons. He had to abdicate from the throne, so his brother ended up getting the throne, which is Queen Elizabeth's father, George the second or third.
Hmm.
um, and he ended up getting lung cancer because he was just so stressed from taking on this job that he never wanted to take anyway. He's smoking like 40 cigarettes, like a ridiculous amount of cigarettes, and he has lung cancer. He dies,
Mhm.
and she becomes the queen. Plain and
Oh.
simple.
Hmm.
Their line was not supposed to even get the throne. Like they were living a regular life. They were happy living a regular life, and then now she has to be
Mhm.
the queen. And it just talks about that. And it's I don't want to say it's a scripted show, so it's not like a documentary, but it's really good seeing the nuances and learning things that I really had no clue how some of that stuff worked. Like I thought all these people, that was their real name, but when they get their title, they choose a name.
Hmm.
Mhm.
Like her father's birth name was something else, but then when he got on the throne, almost like how the popes do, like I choose, this name. So it's
Hmm.
the same thing with them, but actually her real name is Elizabeth because she's so regular. Like she was like, well, what's wrong with my name? And
Mhm.
they were like, nothing. She was like, well, I'm gonna be what I am. I'm still Queen Elizabeth.
Right.
Just put a title on. Just put a title on that thing. Put some respect on it.
Some respect on her name.
Okay, right. Put some respect on my name. But it's actually really good just seeing how it puts some history behind some of the stuff that we know about the country, because they reflect on like different laws and rules on why things are done the way they are. And I'm like, oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
That kind of makes sense, The guy that plays Winston Churchill is an amazing actor. I can't think of his name, but you've seen him before. Oh my gosh. I should IMDb him in a second.
Mm-hmm.
But oh my God, he's amazing. Because we know how he looks in regular life, seeing him play Winston Churchill, you're like, dude, you did that.
Uh-huh.
So Queen Elizabeth's sister, Margaret, falls in love with someone who worked for their father, George. He's in the
that's
military.
right. She was regular too. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she was a regular girl. Like, I love this man. And his wife ended up leaving him because he was spending so much time with doing his job, which really he was spending so much time because he was in love with her, but they hadn't done anything. Like, he was just like, I just want to be around you, and I'm working for your family anyway.
Aww.
And they kept giving him positions where he had to live basically at the castle, at Windsor Castle. And finally his wife was just like, I'm leaving you. So it was like, boom, now I can be with you, but actually you can't, because there's a law.
Damn.
She cannot marry.
Mm-hmm.
So her, like, it was, oh my gosh, it was like your heart hurts for Margaret going back and forth, because Queen Elizabeth being who she is as her sister is like, I just want you to be happy. What can we do? Okay, all right, we can do this. Fine, you can get married.
Mm-hmm.
And then the government says, no, she can't.
Aw.
And she has to keep going back and forth telling her sister, I'm sorry, I can't. And then she finally tells her, well, there's this law. What is it called? The marriage law of like 1795 or something crazy, but it's strictly for these people in office, or these, I guess, the royal family law, that they can get married at the age of 25, and she was 23. They shipped this guy off to Brussels. She's still in London, and she has to wait 2 years. And then finally, at the end of the 2 years, the queen is like, okay, well, where are you going to get married? What you going to do? And her cabinet's like, oh, she still has to wait another year. She has to announce the engagement first. And even after announcing the engagement, the cabinet has to approve the marriage. And then she still has to renounce her name and her everything, her title. She's like, you guys didn't tell me that 2 years ago when I told my sister she could marry this man. So it was just like, your heart truly hurts for Margaret. Like, oh my gosh, it's crazy, but it's so good. And then I like, I grew up watching BBC, so it kind of gives me that feel. And their command of the English language is so amazing. Just you know how we are, like, everything is very cold, very hot. I'm very this, like, there aren't any varies. Like, everything, there's another adjective for how you're feeling. Like, it's just like, it reminds you of how awesome the language can be. But Americans are dumb, and we just are redundant. I mean, it is what it is. Like, we're redundant and lazy with the language, but their command with it. I mean, it's a well-written show, and of course the fashion is nice, because they're royalty. But it's really good. So I've done the whole season. It kind of reminds me of what's that, Anne Boleyn? How you figure out how Anne became who she was. Same. I'm like, so even some of Queen Elizabeth's things that she does today, how she doesn't smile, how she's just like really stoic, you see the background behind it, because she was a very jovial person, but somebody told her that's weakness.
Oh, Lord, I couldn't make it.
So watching her, they were like, no, you can't smile. No, you can't. And she's just like, but like, there was even a time when she had a spasm. because she was trying to smile and trying to stop and all that stuff. They had injected something like a muscle relaxer in her face so she wouldn't smile.
Really?
Like, yeah, it was that hard. I was like,
Wow.
oh my God.
I would die. Do you know how silly I am all day long? I would not be able to make it. Like I am
I was
a kid.
This is and then it showed them going all over the world, all over their monarchs, and I was like, oh yeah, I did forget that there's a lot of these countries were colonized by
Right.
the British.
Mm-hmm.
Like they went to the Bahamas, they went to Jamaica, they're doing all their little tours to speak. And what really got me was they were talking about, they arrived in Kenya and she had to do a speech to stand in for her father while he was ill. And she's just like, well, you know, when we first arrived here, Kenya was a savage place and da, da, da. And I'm looking at them like, but that was, you know, at the time, that's what they were thinking. They were like, if we have come through and everything is so much better because you're doing it, you know, the British way. And I'm like,
Right.
But it's a good show. I would definitely recommend checking it out. I really enjoyed it. There's a lot of people who faces we've seen before. I really can't think of them off the top of my head, but Winston Churchill is superb.
Okay. I realized how funny she had to be whenever I see Prince Philip.
Yes, because he is a hoot.
Is that the one with the red hair?
He's almost bald now.
Oh, her husband Philip. Oh, never
her
mind.
husband Philip. Yes, when you see the two of them, even when you see Prince Philip by himself, you get the feeling like the two of them have to be like cracked up together. Together, because he is hilarious.
Yeah. And they even tried to shut him down a few times. I mean, I'm sure that the story probably has some embellishment, but there's some stuff that you kind of remember in history. So you're like, oh, okay, they did include that. So yeah, it's real cool.
That's on Hulu.
I hope there's a second season. It's on Netflix, and there's also a one that's recommended from watching that called The Queen, and Helen Mirren plays Queen Elizabeth, but I haven't watched that yet.
Oh, I like Helen Mirren.
I might check that one out next.
Okay.
Girl, when I saw her, I was like, oh, wait a minute.
Right, I like her.
I might have to check that one out.
I like her.
It's right on Netflix.
All right. What else you watching? What else on your list?
That's what I'm watching, and I'm catching up on Luther.
Catch up. So we all caught up on Queen Sugar?
Yep.
Yeah.
2 episodes, right?
2. I think the 3rd episode was yesterday, which I haven't seen. Oh no! It's more than 2 episodes. It's probably like 4 or 5 now, right?
No, I think it's just the 3.
It's just 3. The 3rd one was this week.
3. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
so
I haven't seen.
Was the memorial. Last week was the throwing away of the doll, and the first week was the season beginning. Okay.
Oh yeah, the first week had 2 episodes. Okay, all right, that's what it is. Yeah. So I don't know.
I'm so mad Darla threw away Kenya.
Poor. Aw. I see what she was doing, but you can't throw away no baby's toys that they play with every single day. Girl, bye. Who told you how to do that?
Right.
You can't do that.
Right.
Yeah, so I don't know. Oh, did you hear? This is kind of on topic, but off topic. So they have one, I'm going to do a quiz. There is one character of Queen Sugar that got caught pleasuring himself and videotaped it.
It's Davis.
It's Davis. Yes, Davis.
I saw the video.
It was a disappointment.
Oh yeah. I was like,
it was.
Yeah. 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 I guess you can't have everything in life. You can't be all light skinned and have a big thing.
Okay. Like, all right. And he's married. He's married with like 6 kids.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like when he was at the premiere, when I saw them, he was all, giving big ups to his family and his wife because he was about to, the story, he was about to quit acting
Oh, I didn't know his story.
before Queen Sugar came on.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, he was giving up on acting. He had just sent out his resumes. He was talking to his agent, like, you know what, I'm not getting any good roles. I'm not getting any roles. I'm just gonna go ahead on out here, hour-a-week job. Like, he was at that point, and something happened. I don't remember whatever the something was, but he got called in for that role, and there we are. He was like, he was like at the point of talking to his agent, like, don't put me out there no more.
Yeah.
Because I'm not getting anything. And I guess somebody called him off of the last, whatever it is, and he got called in. But yeah, so I'm like, I don't know how that's going to work out for his wife and kids.
How, have you seen anything that he's been in? Maybe the video was his wife. So maybe the video was for his wife.
No, that was for someone of the same sex.
Shut the fuck up. Are you kidding me? Hello?
You breaking up.
It was for somebody of the same sex?
Yep.
Shut the front door.
Well, that's what I'm thinking, only because he focused more on his derriere than anything.
Mm-hmm.
See, I didn't see the whole video. I just saw snippets of the video. I didn't see that part. Wow.
Yeah, that's what leads me to believe that was for someone that likes. I mean, unless there's a woman that likes booty. I mean, I like booty, but I'm not asking you to show me a picture of your booty for a video. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
D, I don't know why you told me that because I have so many questions that I can't ask you right now.
No.
Oh Lord, have mercy. My mind is letting. Okay. Anyway. Oh yeah. It was. He looks tall.
And people can ask us in the comments.
Yeah. We'll talk about that. How tall is he? Because he looks pretty tall.
I think he's about 6'4", 6'5".
Oh yeah, he's tall. He's tall.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, poor thing, poor baby. Jeez. Yeah. Oh well. Womp womp. All right. So let me see what I've been watching. I've been watching Snowfall, which is actually pretty good. It's on FX and it's set back in the 80s, back on like in California. I love black movies, West Coast black movies set in like the 80s. They have the best soundtrack, the absolute best. I didn't realize that that the song California that Dre did with Tupac, that was a sample. I didn't know that. I had no idea. Oh, I'm late. Anyway, so
I'm gonna send you a station that I listen to, and it's strictly about samples.
Please, because I love it. I love it. Please send it to me. Please. I live for stuff like that. So it's set back in the 80s.
D'Angelo samples today.
So Snowfall is set in the 80s, and it's about this kid who he's kind of dabbling in drugs with his uncle. But somehow he goes to like this affluent school. He lives in the hood. He goes to this affluent school, and he's like a little high school drug dealer to like the little white boys in the school. And just so happened that he was with this kid, and he went to go get some drugs for one of his friends because his friend was scared to go to the drug man's house or whatever. Ended up getting like all these drugs from this guy, and taking it back and selling it wholesale to a connect that he has. So it kind of just talks about like the beginnings of like the crack cocaine epidemic or drug game in California. Yeah, so it's his mother is played by the lady who played in what's her name? She was she played in The Wire. She was Avon Barksdale's sister.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. In it. No one else that
I
I'm
can't. What's his aunt? Who plays his aunt? She is something else.
say it again.
His aunt. What's the? I watched the first episode. Also, and they also premiered that one at ABFF.
Oh,
I can't
really?
remember the girl that plays his aunt too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like
Mhm.
her. She is something else.
Yeah. Yeah. So this is a good show. I think it got canceled though. From what I heard, I heard it's only
Really?
maybe 3 or 4
Oh,
episodes. It was good. In my book, it was good, but I don't know if it got picked up or if it just canceled mid-season. Something's going on with it. I gotta check into it. But I watched that. I caught up on that. That was good. I just watched the first episode of Being Mary Jane, and this chick gets the fuck on my nerves. She is so dumb.
Mm.
She makes the dumbest decisions. And I know it's easier when you got a bird's view eye and you go on the outside looking in, but she just makes some of the dumbest mistakes. And this episode, so it ended last season where she just moved to New York
mm-hmm.
and she was dating this comedian. She was
Right.
at the end of the season last year. She got the position she wanted on the morning talk show. They ousted like the mainstay there, and they put her in her place. So this season, she at the end of last season, she starts sleeping with her producer. They had sex. So this season starts. She breaks up with her boyfriend after she had sex one time with the producer, and now he's telling her he doesn't want to be her boyfriend. He already has a girlfriend. It's just a mess. It's just a mess. And I never sleep, eat where I shit. I never date anyone I work with. And
Mm-hmm.
it's just a no. It's just messy. It's just messy. But people do it. People get married, whatever, from that. But I don't know. She just makes some silly decisions. I don't know. For her to be so smart, she just doesn't make bright choices. But no one's perfect. So I don't know. It's interesting to see how this is going to play out. So I watched Snowfall, watched Being Mary Jane. The next thing I watched, which I'm surprised, is, and I watched it because I was really bored. I watched Claws. Have y'all watched that show?
I saw the first 2 episodes.
Yeah, same thing, and it was not bad. But I need to get back into it. It didn't hold me long enough, but I can see how it could. I just didn't. I was too busy trying to think of other stuff, trying to catch up with other stuff too.
Yeah, I think it I was just surprised that I didn't know the premise of it. I knew it was set in a nail salon and Niecy Nash was in it and Karuchi was in it and I guess a few other people. And I think I just kind of put it in my mind that this is probably going to be a dumb show with some bad acting. I'm not going to watch it. I didn't know the whole storyline was based off of this dude getting killed or supposedly getting killed and all this.
Mm-hmm.
The money laundering and all that.
Yeah. So it's actually pretty good. Niecy Nash is actually pretty good. I've only seen her act in that show she had with SETI, and that was pretty good. It was, but
Oh yeah, she was on this show on HBO that is a remake of a British show that she was really good. It was a bunch of nurses and they were crazy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think I remember that. I think I remember. Is that still on?
I don't think so.
No.
Mm-mm.
So she's really good, and Karuchi is actually a pretty good actress.
She is, yeah. Mm-hmm.
She's explained, and she's actually pretty good. And they make a pretty good team in terms of like acting. They play well on each other. Yeah, this show is well casted. Everyone is perfectly cast. It's a good show. I'm into it. Surprisingly, I'm into it.
I mean, I didn't find it horrible. It was just like, okay, let me finish watching what I planned on watching before I get into something else.
Right.
I might have to go back.
Yeah. So that's on my radar, pretty heavy. Claws. So that's all I've been watching. Snowfall, Being Mary Jane, who's getting on my nerves, and Claws. So, and the finale is, I'm sure you both have watched Game of Thrones. Do, 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 do.
Mm-hmm. So you don't watch Game of
Seafood.
Thrones at all?
Who?
You?
No, I do. I just haven't seen this episode. I just haven't seen it.
Oh God.
No, I'm all into it. I'm vested. But go ahead and talk about it. Because I'm going to catch up on it.
Okay. So, oh my God.
Go ahead.
So you start. Okay. So start with the beginning. Arya. Arya Stark is like, this season is going to be her season. Like she's finishing off her list. She came
It was
out.
the information episode.
Mm-hmm.
It really was. It was like, okay, let me catch y'all up so we can prepare to break your hearts, basically.
Yeah. Because it was like all ladies ruled this episode. It was Arya, Lady Mormont,
Mm-hmm.
who else? Cersei, even though we don't really like her, Brienne, and what's the other one?
Sansa.
Sansa.
Yes. Oh, and Lady Tyrell. They kind of caught us up with Lady
House Tyrell?
Tyrell.
I thought she died in the fire.
No, the aunt, the grandmother.
I thought she wasn't in the house, only her granddaughter.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you know what? She had sent her away. She sent her
went to
grandmother
Dorne.
back.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Now she's out in Dorne.
Oh, well, yeah, that's gonna be ugly.
Yes. So Arya got her revenge on the Freys.
Back on them, honey.
All of them. I mean, all of them. All of them. And she definitely learned how to shape shift or shift, whatever
wow.
she's
Yes.
doing.
So she's
Yes.
doing what when she learned from the man with many faces, what they did?
Yes.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. She's doing whole people, like voices and everything. Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So there's that. Then there's did you notice that Sir Jorah is in the Citadel?
Yes. And so at the end of that season, it wasn't last season. I want to say it was season before last, where he showed up at a door, but we didn't know where he was. Now we know he's in the Citadel. I was like, oh, so he's there looking for a cure.
Mm-hmm. Yes. And can I just say they are hazing the hell out of Sam Charlie?
Child, poor Sam. I was like, I almost threw up. I was like, like this is too much. Too much.
I mean, they are just giving him the blues. The blues. And then who else?
Absolute.
Child, Lady Mormont. More and more she's
But I'm
becoming
glad
my
that Sam caught on to
that Lady Mormont is becoming my favorite person. Next to Arya, of course.
oh, hell yeah. I love her.
Yes, but Sam Charlie did figure out the whole dragon thing.
Yeah.
Yes, and that the Targaryens are sitting on a shitload of us.
A mountain of dragon glass. Yes.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yes, and then let's see what else. Oh, I love how Jamie checked the hell out of Cersei. She was like, oh, I'm queen of the Seven Kingdoms. He was like, you got three and a possible.
You got three and a possible. You got three and a possible. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. But Lord Mr. Greyjoy, King of Shade, Prince of Shade, he threw all the shade when he came to meet Cersei and Jamie.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yes.
Like,
his face was like, I have a feeling it really is going to be Jamie, because Jamie is going to be the one that kills her. He's going to wrap his one good hand and his good hand around her neck, and that's going to be that.
Around Cersei's neck?
Mm-hmm.
Yep, and I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. He's going to kill her.
What about the Hound? How do you feel about his transition now that he's turning into, I guess, what we could say a good guy from being such a villainous person for the first what 5 seasons? He's always been bad. Now he's transitioning to good.
You know what? I like the Hound.
You like him? He's like a gentle giant, but not but can kill you with his pinky.
Right. I think his time with Arya sort of softened him up.
Yeah, for
Hmm.
sure. For sure.
Yes. And I'm gonna need Bryn and Tormund to get something going before Game of Thrones ends.
Yeah,
Like they need
yeah.
to have little tall red babies or something.
Oh yeah, Bria. Yeah. Oh, when that does happen though, she'll mess around and slit his throat afterwards. Be like, "You good? Okay, now I can kill you." Like those two. Yeah, they need to get it on, but they want to drag that out for us as long as possible. The Hound. Do you think he's going to end up being a fire worshiper?
Um, I don't know. I
Is he
think
looking
there's
to the
a
light?
chance of it.
What'd you say?
Yeah, I think there's a good chance of it. I don't know. I don't know if that was something that being able to see into the fire was something that he's developing, or was that something that he got from Rolo?
Okay. Okay.
Um,
I honestly thought when he first started talking that he was messing with them and he was going to be like, you know, like
hmm
he was for real.
And then everybody online is trying to figure out, was that one the but it can't be him.
They said one. Was it you that said one had already died at, what was it, her home?
Yeah, the one died in Winterfell. So it was like the walkers didn't get to the Winterfell yet.
Right. So was that a film flaw or was that just another one?
I'm like, is
They
that
had
one
more
of
than
the other giants? Because the other two died at the wall.
say that again.
The other two giants died when they battled the wildlings at the wall.
Oh,
But
you're
that was
right.
like two
So they
seasons ago.
wouldn't. You're right. So they wouldn't be coming back either.
Right,
They would have been. Yeah, they wouldn't be coming from the north. They would be at the wall. Oh, good point.
right. So I'm like,
Yeah,
which
I
two
don't
giants
know. Yeah,
is?
I don't
And
know.
they got three of them. I'm like, which three giants are those?
This
Or
is
are
true.
those giants they just
Unless
had
there
on
were
the run?
more out. Yeah, that I hope. I don't know. I don't know where they came from. And
And
I
then
did
I
see
wait to
that posted.
see Holder has to be with them.
Oh God, no! I don't want to see Hodor as a White Walker.
Yes,
My
I'm
heart would
thinking
break.
he's in the next couple episodes we're gonna see him be a walker.
Oh, that was such a sad episode.
Aw. Yeah, it
hmm
was. So did you see where they're saying Sansa's hair, her hairdo, that she is looking like Cersei? I didn't
Yeah,
even catch that, but that she was talking about admiring and like she is rocking Cersei's old hairdo, and I was like, oh snap.
but see, that's the thing. She kind of was wearing Cersei's hairdo, but then if you looked at old Ned, she was wearing his hairdo too.
Oh, okay.
So he wore his
But
hair.
they are so, but they do stuff like that, and it
hmm
means something. So I'm looking more into it. I'm like, okay, what you gonna do, girl?
Right.
Mm. I'm excited to see what happens this Sunday.
hmm
Hmm. Yeah.
Oh yeah, because Khaleesi is now back. Oh yeah, ooh, shall we
Oh
begin?
yes, she is home.
She skipped the throne and went straight to the war room. Like, no, we got business to tend to. I said, oh, it's about to be on. But if ever awards, Dragonstone. I'm like, but does she know that? I don't remember that from the last season. Does she know that everybody else is headed towards Dragonstone?
I don't think so.
Okay. Well, she'll be ready. I hope. She'll be ready. Ain't no I hope. I know we know she gonna be ready. She stay ready.
Well, she has her dragons.
If you're always ready, you ain't got to get ready.
Okay. How far in are you, Michelle?
I've seen all of up until season 6. I just haven't seen this first season.
Okay.
Okay.
Episode. So I
One episode, and you can watch live with us on Sunday. Okay.
yeah
Mhm.
yep. So I'll definitely be caught up by then.
Oh yes. I mean, I don't even feel like we got into. I feel like you have to watch their episodes at least 3 or 4 times to see
I
everything.
do.
Hmm.
I
Yeah.
absolutely do. I used
I
to watch on Sunday the be upcoming blog and then rewatch it Monday night.
uh-huh.
Hmm.
I haven't gone that far this season yet, but enough people at work now watching it that we about so that I missed watching it
Okay.
by rewatching it. I usually rewatch it, but they email us stuff like, "Did you see this?" I'm like, oh, "Okay, all right, I'll need to rewatch it now since y'all showing me everything."
Yeah, it's definitely one of those series where you have to like talk to somebody about it, ask questions, because a lot of shit I'm like, what the hell just happened? What does that mean? What does that
Right.
mean?
You forget so much until somebody says something. You're
Mhm.
like, "Oh yeah." Somebody said something on Facebook like, "Well, remember when something?" And I was like, "Oh man, I forgot about that. Now I gotta go back and think about it
Mhm.
Mhm.
again." It's a good show. And you see, I think is it the producers are gonna come out with that other show after this is done, the
Yeah.
Confederate
I'm like,
or
you need
something.
to
I was like,
just forget that other show that they're thinking about and just talk HBO into picking up Underground and call
Yeah.
it.
because the Confederate is just the other show that I was watching, The Man in High Castle. It's the same thing. If the Nazis had won World War II, this is the same thing. It's just if the Confederates had succeeded from the Union. Like it's like, come on now, how many times are we just going to do this?
Yeah,
Right.
regurgitate the same thing. I'm not interested in seeing that, to be honest. I think that should have pissed me off so bad.
Yeah, for a minute I was because I was like, I want to see what these people do with it, but then
Mhm.
I'm like, nah, I'm gonna be mad regardless.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I think I'm gonna be pissed off. So, but I mean,
Yeah.
it could go. The storyline can go a lot of different ways. You know what I'm saying? It could go up if they won and they were still a lot of turmoil with the enslavement, and
Mm.
it could go that direction. It could go a lot of different ways. I'm kind of interested to see which way they'll play it, but I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm
it
really
seems
checking
the
for it
same
though.
way.
Yeah.
And I thought about it. I was like, did anybody think about what's going on in the country right now, like the already racial turmoil? And then
Right.
I had
That's
to
the
think back.
last
Well,
thing
you
we
know what?
need.
Did anybody think about it when they did The Man in High Castle about
Mm-hmm.
the Jews when they did this show that I was watching? I was like,
Your audio is going in and out.
well, I ended, but dang.
Your audio is going in and out. Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. So that'll be interesting. I don't know. So is this the last season of Game of Thrones?
No, next season is.
Okay.
Next season, one more season. Okay.
This is just going to be a short season. I think there's only 7 or 8 episodes this season.
Yeah.
Hmm. And then we waiting another year for the final season.
Yes, girl.
Mm-hmm.
Sheesh.
So you have a whole other year to watch 7 seasons
Mm-hmm.
all over again, like the rest of us do,
Hmm. Yeah. That's a well written show.
isn't it?
It's well
So,
written.
are you loving the fashion?
In Game of Thrones.
Well, not the fashion, but like Cersei, the different Cersei and Grandma Tyrell. Grandma
Hmm.
Tyrell gives me life with her little habit outfits.
Yeah. Yeah.
They are cute. They are cute.
Hmm. Yeah.
But it's a good show. I'm looking forward to Sunday.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to Sunday too. Insecure comes on the 18th. When is the 18th? Is that today?
It's Sunday. Oh no, wait. Today is the 20th.
Today's the
I thought it
20th.
came out on Sunday. Insecure comes out on.
Insecure comes on Sunday?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Damn, I didn't even see it. Did y'all see it?
No, it comes on this
No, it
coming
comes out
Sunday.
this Sunday.
Oh, this Sunday. Oh, all right. Let's put it all together.
Yes. It's supposed to come on after, right? After Game of Thrones? Or before Game of Thrones?
Probably, I would think before, but I don't know.
Yeah. Either way,
might
the time slot.
It might come on at 8 because usually Game of Thrones, the last episode comes on right before it.
Mm-hmm.
Right. It comes on twice. That same episode comes on twice.
Mm-hmm.
Because I watched Game of Thrones back to back on Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm looking forward to it.
Me too. All right, ladies.
It's on after Game of Thrones. It comes on at 10:30.
Oh, okay.
I try to stay awake after having my goddaughter all weekend.
Oh, how old is the little baby? How old is she?
Boy, I'm going on 44, honey.
Lord, she's run you ragged.
Girl, I'm not ready.
She run you ragged.
Her mother texted me today, like, what time do you want me to have her ready? I'm like, dang, for real? Is it
We really doing it.
Sorry. She's like, I will have her bag by the door. I'm like, okay, just give me a minute. But get this, how about Friday night? I'm going to see Girls Trip with a group of girls. I think there's a lot of people are doing this all over the country.
Mm-hmm.
But we're doing dinner first. We're going to see the movie, and then we're going to the spa afterwards, like the 24-hour Korean bathhouse here.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, how am I going to leave the Korean bathhouse after being up all night with them and then go pick up a 4-year-old?
You're going to be whipped.
You set yourself
somebody
up.
going to be whipped. It's either going to be me or her.
Or you better slip some, no, never mind. I was going to say, you better slip some Benadryl in her.
Luckily, she's big enough where I could take a little nap while she watches a movie. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I can just be like, girl, don't touch nothing. Here go my phone, watch a movie. Let me just give me 30 minutes. So.
Yeah.
Forward to Girls Trip. That should be good. We can talk about that if y'all watch it before next week.
Yeah, I plan on seeing it this weekend.
Okay, good.
Yeah. What's her name? Keisha. Is her name Keisha Haddish? What's her name? I know her last name is Haddish.
Yeah,
she is hilarious.
She is freaking hilarious. She is hilarious. I love her West Coast accent. She is so funny. Yeah, I like her too. She seems cool. So, all right, this is a wrap up. Episode 10, The Binge. What else y'all got to say?
Cool.
It's been wonderful chatting with you ladies. We're going to wrap this episode up. This has been a long episode. We talked about a whole lot.
Yes, we had to catch up.
We did. We had to catch up. We had to get back on track. So that's it. We out. Are we out?
All right, now let me go find my car keys.
All right, ladies. Bye.
All right, talk to y'all later.
Bye.
Bye.
Drop it on the random.